We got devil horns and peace signs. Joe's in the house already. Welcome to Cooperville Live. It is an honor and a pleasure and a true gift to be here with y'all today. Wherever you're watching, much thanks. Muchos gracias for those listening in Espanol. Can't lie, that's all I know. Más cerveza, más tequila. That's it. That's it. Ha. There you are. Here I am. There you are. Here I am. There you are. Good to see y'all. Facebook Live, youtube.com/Cooperville Live, and on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Cooperville Live. Thank you for being a part of the show today. It is hot as shit, Joe. Hashtag Joe knows. It's like Bo knows, but Joe knows. Hot as 97 degrees right now. 97 degrees? Where are you at? In Wisconsin, people. 97 degrees in Wisconsin. Kyle broke his hip. Oh no, C-dubs. That's the worst. I got bad hips too, but that could be an age thing. I don't know. But yeah, it's toasty day today. Toasty fresh. But we got a big show. Oh, look, it's popping up here. That's good. I can't read that. That's so tiny. Make that a little bigger. You make that. Well, then when I'm on with Ian, I'm gonna be like covered in your words. Not that I mind that. Your words are better than mine. Heat sucks. Joe, from what I've seen, we only have like 5 more days of the heat wave. Excited for today's show. Ian Severson, longtime friend. We go back. I was trying to figure it out. I think it's close to 20 years. So we'll have much to catch up on. There was a break in between. But we're still brothers from other mothers. Yeah, Kyle from Blacklight District. Yeah, read about that. But he's on the road to recovery, which is a good thing. That's a good thing. So wish Blacklight District, my buddy Kyle, all the best. Yeah, saw that shit. It's crazy. Joe's mad about the heat. 5 more days. Look at this noise. Yeah, it's that kind of day. We're rocking that rain body fuel today. Mostly because I can't sleep. There's so much to do. So many things. So we added some new stuff to CoopervilleClothing.com. Make sure you check it out. We got a whole bunch of stuff just in time for the 4th of July holiday. So if you order soon, you'll be able to rock this awesomeness before the 4th of July, for the 4th of July holiday, which is coming up here in less than a month. We did a blackout pair of fleece shorts. We got a bunch of athletic stuff here. We're working on the white pair, so we'll have a red, white, and blue pair of the athletic shorts and the American paint. We also did we added in red for the American paint yoga pants, yoga leggings, whichever you call them, and blue. So now we have red, white, and blue for your pledge, for your legs pleasure. There's the white pair right there. Check those out. Yes. So check it out, CoopervilleClothing.com. We are going to have a sale coming up on all of our American paint line of stuff, and that ranges everything from the shorts line to the yoga pants to the shirts. We also have that bomber jacket, which you're not going to fucking need when it's 97 degrees outside. But if you check it out, CoopervilleClothing.com, all that stuff is up there. And our 4th of July sale, I know it's a month off, but we want to make sure that you can get an order in on the stuff and then get it so you can rock it for your 4th of July holiday. We're also going to be doing some cool stuff if you order shit and then you post it on your social medias and you tag Cooperville Clothing Co. or Cooperville Clothing, depending on which platform you're on. We're going to send you some cool things. So check that out. Show is also brought to you by Captain Cooper's Beard Company. If you notice, and you'll see when we get back on the main camera, I got like 4 inches trimmed off today. It's something ridiculous. But trying to lighten the load a little bit in these temperatures. Joe, you know what I'm talking about. Beard oils, beard balms, beard butters. You got Father's Day coming up in 2 weeks. We will get your orders out before Father's Day. So if you have a dad in your life or a dude in your life that needs high quality, all natural beard products, check out CaptainCoops.com. We also have those e-gift cards available ranging from $10 to $100. So you can give it to them and they can go get their own stuff. I do recommend the Captain's Quarters. That's by far our best-selling scent line. In all the stuff, the beard oils, the beard balms, and the beard butters. Also, special thanks out to Midwest Meals, MidwestMeals.com. 16 rotating healthy meals with all your macros printed right on the label. Pop it in the microwave. You're eating healthy, and you're getting all the stuff you need in your body to fuel it and keep you svelte and happy. Promo code is Cooper at checkout for 10% off your first order, MidwestMeals.com. Get your order by Friday, and they ship nationwide. I do recommend. I think we're doing that tonight. Either doing the lean turkey tacos tonight, or we're going to do the that cilantro lime shrimp. That shit is the bomb. It's the bomb. MidwestMeals.com for everything you need. So there you go. Thanks to the sponsors of our fine program here today, and thank you to you. Of course, you know, if it's your first time on the program, you can jump into the comments and ask questions. We can go back and forth and all that stuff of me, of my guest, of everybody. You can have open form dialogue with yourselves if you'd like in the comments, and they pop up over here, and wherever you're watching, obviously they pop up there too. So that's the cool thing about this new Fandangle technology, the live stream. The craziness of it is we're all here together. And if you missed any part of it, you can go back and watch it, of course, on YouTube and on Twitch, and also the video resides on our Facebook page as well, Cooperville Live, for all of that stuff. So I think we got all of the things out of the way. I'm excited to talk to my buddy Ian on the show. I was trying to do the math on it. I think it's 20 years. I think it's been 20 years that Ian and I have known each other. Now he's down in NOLA, but he's moving back up to the Midwest because he fucking loves the heat. He's like, I hear it's 97 degrees up there. I'm moving back. How you doing, Ian?
I'm great, man. Can you hear me?
I hear you well. I hear you
Awesome.
well.
Yeah, I think the other day, though, I think you had us beat, man. I think you were like at 100 in Minneapolis or Eau Claire.
Yeah.
And it was only 92 here. So, granted, it's like 75% humidity, but yeah.
It's thick. How you been, my friend?
I can't complain, man. I'm excited to move back. It's been an interesting almost 12 years here in New Orleans. After Ginger Jake kind of called it quits in 2009. That's Cooper, you were saying you and I go back 20 years. That's probably about roughly when Ginger Jake started playing Eau Claire and all that. But 2009, I started playing for Future Leaders of the World. We finished that record. Yeah, I think it was 2009 in Seattle, and Phil Taylor, the singer, wanted to move to New Orleans. I had nothing holding me back, so came down here and I didn't look back, I guess, But yeah, there's a few things. I'm just getting older. Got nephews and family back home. When I kind of retired from Future Leaders from touring in 2015, I went and got a master's degree from UNO. So, jobs pay a little bit better in the Midwest. So between that and family, and I got engaged recently.
Congratulations.
From Minneapolis. So all those things are just kind of pointing me back up north. So yeah.
That's good, man. And it's I love following your story over the last, like you said, 12 years since you've been out of the area, and probably 12 years since, I don't know if it's been, maybe there was one spot off time that we happened to run into each other at a show or something over the course of the last decade plus. But it's and I was a huge Ginger Jake fan. You know that from the get when you guys first came over and played shows over here, to going back over to Minneapolis and seeing you guys play. And but the cool thing is like to keep on that path. I've known obviously a lot of artists, and a lot of musicians and stuff that their kind of their main gig either comes to an end or they decide to kind of step out, and that's it. They spent their time in music, and then they kind of got out of Dodge. You kind of kept on the path, and I've always enjoyed following you with Future Leaders of the World and the Beat Devil music stuff. I think it's cool to keep, going after things that you obviously have been super passionate about for such a long time.
Yeah, I guess I caught the music bug when I was 9 years old or so. My mom had me take piano lessons, which I hated at the time. But, that allowed me to teach myself guitar as a 13-year-old or whatever it might have been. And I just never really looked back, man. I just got all the Guitar World magazines, learned every song I could out of those magazines. And I was ecstatic when I first got into a band when I was like 17 and started playing metal and grindcore. And, that lasted almost a decade. Then I ended up in Ginger Jake for almost a decade. Then I ended up in Future Leaders for almost a decade. So it's been a cool ride, man. I never got rich from it, but that's kind of besides the point. And I wouldn't recommend that anybody gets into the music business to try to get rich. It's because you love it, So, and now, I've been out of it for a little bit. I started writing this record, 3 years ago, probably. Sorry, pardon my French. And
it's okay. We're not on the FM dial, man. We can say all the swear words now.
MF. No, but so Derek Abrams, who's had a hell of a ride the last few years playing with Ministry, he had some time off, and so I kind of had this batch of songs, and they were just in various demo forms, and I'm like, I just want to put out a record that kind of goes back and taps into various different singers that I've gotten to know over the years, and I just thought it would be a really fun and cool process to collaborate. And then the pandemic happened, so everybody was doing stuff remotely anyways, and so it just worked out. Derek had time off from the Ministry Slayer farewell tour, and he had, I think it was January of 2019, we tracked the drums down here in New Orleans. He flew in from LA. We worked with my buddy David Troya, a great engineer who he actually worked with Karma Chima on an OTEP record. I want to say 10 years ago.
Wow.
But he was an assistant engineer on the first Down record. So regardless, we had a great engineer, tracked Derek's drums, and I would have liked to have finished it sooner than I did, but I've had a history of like back problems over the years and herniated discs, so that happened. Pandemic happened, but it finally came out, and we've got some good people on it. One of my ex singers from a band that I kind of started down here, concurrently with Future Leaders of the World, called Sons of Nakai. This dude Stefan Soleil, he's now in Nashville. He's on 2 of the tracks. We got Greg Moog on a track. We got Wally from Skyone on a track. Actually, a dude, Adam Pierce, on the record. He's track 1. He's a New Orleans native. He was on the 11th season of The Voice, I think.
Cool.
But I was trying to get him a shout out to this because for any listeners out there, Adam has been having pretty good luck with playing lots of outdoor shows and summer shows in the Wisconsin and greater Minnesota area. So if anybody sees him advertised, Adam Pierce, go check him out. He does solo acoustic stuff, but he's up there in the Midwest. I think back starting on the 24th. So you can find him on Facebook and find his tour dates. But
cool.
Again, did a cover of had another New Orleans guy, Giovanni Nova. We knocked out a cover of Clean My Wounds from Corrosion and Conformity, which felt appropriate, I guess. I was always a CLC fan, but after the last year and a half, I was like, Clean My Wounds, please.
Yeah. Shit, right?
But yeah, I think that, the record turned out solid. Some of the listeners might remember Dan Knight from B.
Yep.
We were trying to collaborate, and it just, things just never lined up. He and I are super homies. He's out in LA doing his thing. But I don't know. This surprised the shit out of me today. He actually called me up. Dan's now on on the Grammy voting panel, and he submitted track 2, which is another singer, Nick Ray, from here in New Orleans. But apparently, the guy who he knows at the Grammys was like, he submitted the song as a single, and it was like, this is a stiff category.
Yeah.
I'm nobody really in the grand scheme of things. So he was like, but next year we're coming out with a new category called it's a compilation category.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy was like, submit the record then. So knock on some veneer. Who knows? I doubt it. But hey, that'd still be cool to get a nomination. But I mean, I think that just speaks to the caliber of the musicians that are on this record, that and the quality of. I mean, I got Cameron Webb to mix a couple tracks. He did the last 5 Motorhead records. I had Sterling Winfield, who's produced Hell Yeah and Pantera. He mixed Greg Moog's track. Wally Joseph has become a great engineer in his own right, and he sang and mixed the track we did together. And David Troya from down here mixed a couple of them. So, it was really just that was the idea behind it. I really like that Probot record that Dave Grohl put out a number of years ago.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of, took the coattails of that. And I was just like, there's too many, I'm not a singer, so I'm like, there's too many cool people and good singers that I've gotten to know over the years. I want to put out a collaboration record. So it was cool to finally see it come to fruition, So.
Yeah, and I imagine from your position as well, being kind of, the mastermind behind the whole project and having worked with lead singers over the course of your career and kind of, they're obviously I don't want to say the central focus, but that's, singers. They're singers. That's what they do. So to be able to kind of, I want to, creatively handpick the people that you want involved in a project and say like, here, I got this thing. That kind of creative control has to be like super unique and really cool for you to be able to kind of meld in this project what you wanted it to be.
Yeah, and it was fun because and I got to give Amanda Harris a shout out too, because she, there's a song on there on the record that her and I did together with Derek and with Brian Adams. That song we tracked at Winterland 10+ plus years ago probably, and it just never came out. So I just really wanted to put that song out because we actually recorded it live in studio at Winterland, and didn't do any overdubs, and I'm pretty proud of that song, just the way it was recorded. But yeah, to answer your question, I basically had these songs demoed out, and I was like, who would be good for this? And I kind of went through my contacts list, and I'm like, like Greg would be good for this, or whomever might be good for this. And so I threw them out like 2-3 songs each and said, hey, are you gravitating? Do you like this? And so I just really just gave them an open slate. And singers would come back and be like, this is not really my cup of tea, but this one is. And I'm like, all right, go for it. And then it was just a matter of finding studios here and there. The New Orleans guys we tracked down here. I was actually for Greg's session, I was in Minneapolis with Wally. We did that in North Minneapolis for that one. So, it was, again, I'm cool with how I'm really happy with how the record turned out, because I guess technology now allows you to kind of do that. But, just file sharing, and but it sounds like a cohesive record. It doesn't sound like it's 10 songs from 10 different eras. It all kind of like congealed, which is cool.
I like the Wally, you and Greg in the same studio together gives me like a flashback of like Cooperville or like fucking Cooperfest 2002 or something like that.
Yeah,
just Skywine and Black Flood Diesel and Ginger Jake all playing in the same joint one night. So that's cool to maintain those relationships over the course of time, because I mean, talking about two incredibly talented singers, both in their own different kind of lanes and stuff between Greg and Wally, but to be able to bring those guys back in the fold, and obviously Amanda with the history with her, and everybody else that's been a part of this project, and the people that you've grown to meet over the course of your adventures down in New Orleans. So very cool, very super pumped for the project. And I know I'm guessing a huge relief after an elongated stint of really wanting to get this out, and finally it's available to the public.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to try to do another project similar to this. There were some guys from New Orleans that we just didn't have time to get together. The singer from Gotor, Ben, I have this weird knack for running into him at like a sushi restaurant or buying literally like the last 3 times I've seen him, sushi restaurant. And then he was sitting right in front of me at the Motley Crue farewell tour. And then I saw him at we were buying black t-shirts at TJ Maxx. Dude, we gotta stop eating this way. You know what I mean? But Gotor's got they charted Billboard on their last record. You know what I mean? So he's busy. Kyle Thomas from Trouble, from Exhorder. Exhorder just put out a new record recently. I've gotten to know him. So it's like these are some kind of monster New Orleans singers. Like the guys from there's a place called Pat's Pub here in Metairie, suburb of New Orleans, where the guys from Crowbar hang out. So it's cool to Sammy, who's the guitar player from Acid Bath, who's now Gotor. That's kind of a funny story. My late bass player Jeremy Young, who passed away in 2014, kind of before the Future Leaders of the World record came out, but we ran a music venue together in New Orleans for about 2.5 years. I was doing talent buying, and Sammy came in, and Jerry was like, "Hey Ian, I need you to meet it's my good buddy Sammy from Asbat, Gotor." I'm like, "Cool, hey, nice to meet you." And I had long hair, but I just cut it because of the New Orleans heat. Probably had bleach in it somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And so I had to go do something, and I come walking back, and Jeremy's just rolling, he's just laughing. I'm like, "What, dude? What?" And he's like, "Dude, when you walked away, Sammy goes, man, who's that Matchbox 20 looking motherfucker?" I was just like, "Sammy, I love you, but fuck you, Sammy."
Asshole. Like a Rob Thomas looking motherfucker just hanging out over here. And I know, I get it, man. I was with you back in the day when you had the hair. I mean, it was the thing, it fit the bill.
Somebody's vouching for me. Thank God.
I got you back, man. I got you back. But I know you talked about kind of stepping back from touring and stuff for the past several years. Do you miss any aspect? I mean, obviously you miss some aspects of it, but you're good in your lane right now with everything? Yeah.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited to move back to the cities. I've even been contemplating, Greg Moog and I joking around about starting an outlaw trucker band or something. I mean, sky's the limit. But good buddy of mine, Steve Williams, is starting a new music venue in St. Paul. The White Rock Lounge.
Hmm.
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything yet, but he's looking at it for July. But he plays in a couple different bands as well. He's always out at the Metal Fest in Las Vegas every year, so he's another cat like me that's pushing 50 and still doing it. So I don't know what the horizon is for me in terms of like actually playing in a band that's going to try to tour or anything, but I'm excited about like hooking up with old music buddies in Minneapolis and just maybe weekend warring and
Yeah.
I think I'll always play music, or at least kind of built my home studio over the last 10 years, and it's at a spot where I can make good records out of my house and send it out to somebody who I trust, like Cameron Webb, to mix it. So
Yeah.
I can be satisfied doing that stuff. It's
Yeah,
fun.
man. No, it's reminiscing back on the days, just the music scene between Minneapolis and Eau Claire, and how momentous it was, and all the talent that kind of flew back and forth, down the interstate between the two cities. It's never been the same since then around here. And I don't dabble much in the Minneapolis scene much anymore, but there was just so many shows, so much talent, so many venues that we used to frequent. I mean, we House of Rock here in Eau Claire, up to places at Minneapolis and First Ave and all that stuff. Just like constantly, there was always shows. It seems like that element has. There's still great talent around here. There's still some bands are doing kind of shows here and there, but like the scene is just different. And this is minus pandemic. Obviously the last year is it ain't like it used to be, Ian, back when you and I were roaming the streets, man.
No, man, and I think that kind of is symptomatic of a lot of places. Like I know for a fact, Max bass player Jeremy, who's from Gulfport, Mississippi, moved to New Orleans when he was 18. He played in a metal band down here called Abuse that opened up for Pantera, and they had a good run at it. And it was kind of the same thing here. There were a handful of like really like steadfast, supportive of the New Orleans metal scene, rock scene. And I think that was, around that time period of like 2008 to 2011, maybe things just changed.
Yeah.
And I don't know if EDM music had a big influence on that and kind of what people wanted out of their live music experience. And, I'm not going to argue with that. Things change, not necessarily my cup of tea, but, I think we're still seeing like a resurgence in kids wanting to play actual music, instruments, and places like, the School of Rock, I think, like, that are teaching kids rock music at young ages. I think all that stuff keeps the momentum going,
And I think it seems like, and you probably, just because you've been a part of, almost 20 plus years of the industry per se, it's easier now to be able to get a song out or put music together than it was, it seems like, back even in the late 90s, early 2000s, when you went into a studio somewhere. You had to rent the studio time, and getting everybody on the same page and things like that, and artwork, and I do miss the CD inlays, though. I miss the inserts and stuff like that. But it seems like it's an easier row to hoe nowadays, because you can have somebody that has a home studio. You can track from different locations, and you can get a semi good quality song out and release it on SoundCloud or on Spotify or on Amazon Music fairly simply. So the process is a little bit easier, it seems, these days.
Totally. And so I think there was some growing pains with the industry, but now that prices have come down on home studio gear and things of that nature, I mean, microphones still aren't that cheap, but it's like it's doable. Like, here's an example of how that was done. I mean, I spent a few more resources on some A-list engineers, so that's not exactly cheap, but it's worth it if you can track, like like I'm saying, we did drums in a real studio. If you want that sound, you can't really cut corners on drums, so that's always going to be an expense. But vocals, guitars, bass, programming, stuff like that could all be done in I'm in a 12 by 10 spare bedroom that I've converted into soundproofed it. Yeah, there you go.
Same deal.
it can be done. And I think to the untrained ear, you'd be hard pressed to listen to my record and go, those are real guitars tracked through a tube amp, or they're in a big studio with $50,000 worth of mics and stuff, or that was recorded direct into a universal audio interface and blah blah blah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff has gotten so good that I'm not gonna lie, I cut corners because I can get consistency out of
Right.
saving settings versus my tube amp wants to be funky from the 1 week I was tracking stuff to a month later when I revisited to finish up the guitar track. So there's pros and cons to it all.
Yeah.
I will say I miss just being in a room with 4 or 5 people writing songs together. That was a good thing about Ginger Jake. We were all in a room writing music together, so we come up with an idea and vibe off of that. Future Leaders was a little different. Phil was kind of a Nazi. I'd have to work really hard to be like, what about this one? What about this one? I did get a couple songs on that record, but he was a little more picky about what he wanted to do, which is cool. It's his band.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got a different vibe. Everybody's got a different way of doing things.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Do you want to jam out to a song here? I got Say You Want Me Dead right here, ready to go. If you want to.
Yeah, let's try it. I'll noodle along to it and screw up a few places. But yeah, if you just play the audio, man, I'll play along to it.
Yeah, let me I'll make sure that you can hear. I'm gonna play a little clip. I'll make sure you can hear it from my audio. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna stand up. Try to see my hands.
Can you hear that?
Yep.
All right, cool. Let me. I'm gonna start this over. I'm gonna give you the full screen here.
All right.
I'll make you the king.
There we go.
All right, here it is. Beat Devil music. Say You Want Me Dead. Greg Moog on vocals. All right, here we go.
Face will design your fate.
That one's relentless. I'm surprised I actually able to do that.
No, man,
I'm not
that's
played that song ever in a live situation.
that's killer, dude. And it's so good to hear Greg's voice again too. It feels like it's been a minute since I had Greg like
Yeah,
just
man.
reaching into my skull. I feel like the Iceman is coming too. Just like fucking like crazy things are about to happen. But no, that's fucking stellar, dude. Love it. That was very cool.
Thanks, man. Thanks for doing that.
No, man,
That's
thank
fun.
you for sending me the stuff, and I want to make sure I'm going to toss this link up into our comment section here so people can jump on it. But beatdevilmusic.hearnow.com is the link for all things.
Pretty
You,
much,
right?
yeah. It'll take you to Apple Music, Spotify. Just pick your streaming platform of choice, and it'll take you there. And I think there's a link for Bandcamp too. If you actually wanted to help out a lowly musician pay for a record, but I'm not expecting it. But, I don't know. I might try to come up with some CDs. I've had a few requests for like hard copies. I'd love to make vinyl.
Yeah, that's
Just
the
'cause
big thing now, man. Vinyl's the big thing.
But man, it's vinyl's not cheap.
No, it's not. It's
So
and it's weird to say too, because back in the day we're like CDs, man, and then it was like, nah, I just need an MP3 or a wave, and now we're like, no, we're going back to vinyl. Like we're
right.
taking it all the way back.
Yeah. And like people are even like liking tapes again. I still have a tape deck actually. I'm not gonna lie.
I moved last year. I moved to a new house, and I found back when I started in radio back in the late '90s, we used to record all of our shows on cassette tape, and I found like this shoebox just jam packed full of old shows. I'm like, I have no fucking way to play any of this. Like, I have nothing in the Jeep, I have nothing in the house, nothing. So I gotta like go to Goodwill or something and find a old tape deck, and make magic happen.
Right.
That's awesome.
So I'm moving, right? And I've been in my duplex here for like 9 years. The longest I've ever lived anywhere, I think, outside of my like childhood house until I was 14 years old. But so I'm moving and I'm going through and I'm like throwing shit away or donating it to the veterans or whatever. And I actually found an old school Walkman. I'm like, what? I found a Walkman. I found a mini disc player, and I'm like, man, I haven't seen these in years.
You put that stuff up on eBay, man. That's how you pay for the next record.
Yeah. Somebody like that. Never know.
Awesome, man. Well, I know the move's happening pretty soon. You're up here in the next couple of weeks. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm bringing most of my studio and electronic stuff on Friday. Driving up with my SUV and a little trailer, and gonna fly back down, take care of some loose ends, meet the moving company. So I should be back up there and settled by like July in time for the holiday. So.
Awesome, man. Well, let's get on the hang here. Let's not like we used to do it, but
hey man, I'm down for an Eau Claire trip for sure.
Yeah, man. We'll meet halfway or something because
Yeah.
Eau Claire's a little wild, but. Ian, Beat Devil Music again. The website is beatdevilmusic.hearnow.com. We'll throw the link in the notes here for the live stream. People can jump on that and check everything out. Thanks, man, for the time. I know you're relieved to get this project done, and after the project's done, now make a giant move back up to the Midwest. But we'll welcome you back with open arms, my friend.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks for having me, Cooper. It's great to talk to you again.
Dude, anytime next time we'll do it in studio here, and we'll get Dan on the screen, and we'll just all reminisce about the old. We'll get all the bands back together in one like big giant Zoom meeting. And
is the Doododge still around? We could do it there, man.
Dude, the Doododge still exists and still is open at 6 a.m. just in case you weren't done drinking yet.
Yeah, man, I know you're running out of time, but
we're good.
Everybody knows some Benji Helberg stories about that place, man. So,
yeah, that was like, I think we need more. I know where we can get more. I know where there's a place. And that's where we went. Awesome, brother. We'll get on the hang here sometime soon when you get back up. But safe travels. Good luck with all the moving and stuff. I know what a pain that can be, but we'll catch up definitely soon, man. And congrats on the release of the new record, man. I'm happy for you.
Awesome. Thanks, Coop. Thanks for having me.
Take care of yourself, man. Anytime. Ian Severson, Beat Devil Music. Again, beatdevilmusic.hearnow.com is the website. We'll throw it over here in the chat for you, over there in the chat for me. So we'll make it all happen. Great to catch up. A lot of good memories. If anybody was around back in that late 90s, early to mid 2000s music scene between Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Eau Claire, and kind of anywhere in between, we were blessed for many reasons. Blessed that we had so much talent coming back and forth. A lot of great talent from this area, a lot of great talent from Minneapolis, kind of swapping weekends and then doing shows together. We were also very blessed that smartphones were not yet a thing. And a lot of the story about going to the Dodge at 6 a.m., a lot of those moments were not captured for posterity. So we're blessed. We're just blessed in so many ways. Very blessed. Great to catch up with Ian. And again, safe travels. And we'll get on the hang sometime soon. Congratulations to Dan Knight, too. My buddy Dan Knight. Our buddy Dan Knight. Like doing things. Grammys? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Man's doing things out there in La La Land. Big show coming tomorrow as well. Ryan J is back on the program. He's got a new single out called Freedom. We're going to chat with him about that. And a bunch of shows coming up. Live music making a return to the States. So he's excited to get back out, and Dude's hungry. So Ryan J back on the show tomorrow at 5:10 p.m., wherever it is that you watch. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you subscribe. Do all the things so that you are a part of Cooperville Live every single day. Make it a part of your day. And if you missed anything, watch the replay, Facebook Live, and also on YouTube and on our Twitch. Let's hit the links and get the hell out of here. Thanks, Joe, Mike, C-Dubs in the house, everybody for watching and joining on the chat. Appreciate you all. Stay cool, Joe. Stay cool, my friend. Still fucking hot out. Almost 5:45, 97 degrees. Ridiculous.